Right, good morning everybody. It's 13th of August, about 10:45 in the morning or so, over at the garage a little bit. I was over here yesterday, and just for whatever reason I wasn't feeling it. And I just had a feeling that I might get overly frustrated and do something I didn't want to do, so I was on here for about an hour. I took off and went home and did other stuff. So today, I'm still not feeling it that much, but I think it's just a little bit of burnout since I've been over here so much. I guess it's a good thing I don't want to do this for a living. But today I want to try to get as close to getting the outer sill ready to be put on as I can, if not get it tacked on in the time frame that I have for today. So places I need to concentrate on. One, you can see that little metal patch there that I've started to make to fill that hole. Going to come from the outside, obviously, because it's a lot easier, but that's that metal was all torn up and dented and everything like that, taking the sill off, so that was in bad shape. And if you remember, a long time ago, I had a patch in there that I was actually pretty proud of and had to pull it back out. So we'll do that, and then I want to try to concentrate over here. This is just a hot mess in here with all the holes and the bends and the different stuff going on. Up in here on this part, that'll be covered by the door Furflex, so that'll be good. That'll save my ugly look there. But right here, you can kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but I got a hole there that I got to fill. You obviously can see that. But then I got the rest of the patch obviously to do, but I'm probably going to leave that as it is, at least for now. So get some paint down, get some seam sealer down. I got a couple holes. Let me get the light here. Dropped you. Almost. Got a couple holes, if you can see that here, that I've got to fill, that were just created when I ripped the lower A post off. So I think all I'm going to do with that is just put the copper behind it and just weld in here and just fill it in. And then seam seal all that. I'm going to do seam seal that here, this guy. I mean, obviously there's holes in this thing, so it doesn't need to be perfect. It's not supposed to be watertight, I don't believe. But then when I go to put the post up itself, or excuse me, the outer sill up itself, I'm going to try to seam seal everything. Which obviously the seam sealer would need to go down before the panel goes on. And I don't know how easy that's going to be with the adjustment and moving everything around, if it's going to actually stay there. But if you look in here, that white stuff, I believe, is seam sealer. So they seamed it, so you can see it here chipping off. So they definitely sealed it beforehand. And I think it's underneath, and that's stuff that's squeezed out. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I might just end up doing the seam, but whatever. So that's the intentions for today, a couple hours. And we'll see how we go. All right, it's 12:20-ish. Got the piece somewhat in there, not all welded in yet. As a matter of fact, it's kind of creeping into the back inside of the car there. Anyway, that's not all welded in, but it's close. I got the holes filled in the back there, and this is how the sill fits up. So that gap there between the front of the sill and the doors is obviously still pretty big. But that's almost non-existent at the bottom. So kind of the same spot I was. You can see too that this crease here kind of drops a little bit, so the door's got to come up and then move forward a little bit. But I did take a measurement from here to the tip front of the sill, and that's the same that it is the same right now that it was when I took it off the car, the original one. So again, I think we're down to a door adjustment issue. That bottom A post probably still isn't in the best spot, but I'm not going to move it again. So I'll either, if worse comes to worse, leave it, because it's not horrible. It's not going to be a show car after all. I want to drive the darn thing. Either leave it or come up with something, drill out the holes a little bit bigger in the hinges or something to give me a little bit more flex. But for now, that's it. So next on the agenda is to I want to finish welding that piece in, get that in there solid, since I'm going to cover that up when I put the sill in, and then I'm going to prep the sill for installation. Got to pull the door back off, But then prep the door for, or excuse me, prep the sill for installation with the seam sealer and weld through primer and all that kind of good stuff. So hopefully I'll check back in. All right, last update of the day. It's about 2:15. The wife and kids are coming home tomorrow after a 2.5 week or so vacation down to New Jersey, so I got to go home and bury all the dead bodies. Anyway, I pretty much got what I wanted to get done. So I got the what did I do? Got all the holes filled in the bottom of the A-post here, and then I got some seam sealer on there. You can see the seam sealer, that's the dark gray, and I just kind of, you know, caulked it on like you would finishing a bathroom or something. Tried to get it in the little seams there, and then up here to try to get in there. Again, all to prevent, you know, anything from getting in the passenger compartment. The only thing I got is a pretty nice size hole right there, obviously. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to address that yet. I think that the sill, outer sill may cover it, but I'll figure that out when I get there. I did fit the outer sill up a couple times, and I screwed the cap to the front of it like that. If you can see, my hand's in the way. Screwed the cap down there, screwed that in to fit it up so that it doesn't fit flush here. And I don't think that's my work. I think it's the cap, and the cap won't fit flush with the sill either. But what's happening is it's preventing it from setting back a little bit, which I've already got that problem with the gap in the door, so I don't want that to happen. So there's going to have to be some metal adjustment there and everything. I had to shave this flat a little bit because this little flange of the sill there that you can see, that piece fits right in there. So I imagine I'll punch some holes in that face there and put it up. And other than that, the battery box struts or supports, whatever you want to call them, I got those primed up and cleaned, or cleaned and primed up, and get those ready to be welded in at some future date. Obviously got to paint the battery box and get that cleaned up, but not too bad for a couple hours. What time did I get here? I don't know, I have to look back at the video, but not too bad for a couple hours. Like I said, about what I wanted to get done today. So I think that's it, and it'll probably be a little while before I get back over here. Next weekend at the earliest, I would imagine. Back to the normal routine of a day per week and a one weekend day. So, but not anywhere near as far as I wanted to get when I made my first video after they had left a couple weeks ago. I was hoping to have the other side all done, if you remember. Yeah, that didn't work at all. But I lost a lot of time with the door fitment, so that's where a lot of it came from. But hopefully, having some experience now, it's not like I've done this before, but having some experience now, you know, it won't be as lengthy this time, and I'll know what to look out for. So have a good night. Cheers.